Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hope at Home. Another time we're going to visit with you in our workshop. This is our puppet workshop. We've talked about a lot of puppets, a lot of different kinds during the times we've visited so far. We've talked about marionettes and hand puppets. This puppet is a bunraku puppet. It's a bunraku puppet from Japan. We're making these in workshops, and we'll show you how she works sometime very soon. But today, we're going to talk about shadow puppets. Does everyone know what a shadow puppet is? It's a little flat character like this, usually with a couple of joints. It's worked with rods, and it's always against a screen that's lit from behind with a light. That's a shadow puppet. And today, we're going to tell our story completely with shadow puppets. It's a story called Maylee and the Mechanical Ducks. Let's see it now.
Long ago in the land of Nevezan, there was a quiet mountain village called Daldora. Daldora was many miles away from even the smallest of the larger cities of that land, and the people became bored very easily there. The most popular form of entertainment in Daldora was wind-up toys. Daldorians of all ages would spend hours a day watching their mechanical elephants and lions walk throughout the winding streets. But the most popular toy was the waddling mechanical duck. The ducks were made by a young girl named Maylee, who had a small toy-making shop on the edge of town. Maylee was a dedicated worker, and she took lots of time to carefully assemble her handmade ducks. The people didn't mind waiting, though. The ducks were worth the wait. When Maylee's latest duck edition was completed, the town would celebrate with duck races, duck dances, and duck parades. Maylee was always their guest of honor. Finally, news of Maylee's marvelous ducks began to spread to some of the larger surrounding villages. In the village of Vile, a man named Duzman, a manufacturer of mechanical toys, heard about the popular Daldorian ducks. He said to himself, "Looks like a good time to relocate. There's some duck business just waiting to be stolen." A few days later, construction of a new shop began in downtown Daldora. A large sign was installed out front. "Coming soon, Duzman's Dynamic Ducks." Maylee heard about the new shop, but she never interrupted her steady pace of carefully assembling her marvelous ducks. She was not about to stop doing what she had loved, even though her duck orders had completely stopped. Finally, Duzman's Dynamic Ducks was ready for its grand opening, and everyone in town was excited to see what Duzman had to offer. Duzman, holding one of his toy ducks in his outstretched arms, proudly strutted out of his front door. In a loud voice, he announced, "Observe, the duck of the future!" He held out his hands, and there was a duck, not unlike one of the many ducks made by Maylee. The people were not impressed. But suddenly, the toy spread its wings and began to slowly rise into the air. Duzman's Dynamic Ducks could fly. As I'm sure you could have imagined, Duzman's flying ducks were an immediate sensation. Everyone in town wanted one. The demand was so great that Duzman doubled his manufacturing staff, and then doubled it again. The ducks were everywhere to be seen. The duck races were replaced with duck air shows, but Maylee never interrupted her steady pace of carefully assembling her own marvelous ducks. "This tiny town is just the beginning," declared Duzman. "Soon I will control the mechanical duck market of the entire world." However, Duzman's good fortune was about to suddenly change. The workers he had hired to build his hundreds of ducks were not as skilled as Maylee. They did not take the same care with their product as she did. Soon, Duzman's less than dynamic ducks began to show signs of wear. They were literally falling apart. The Daldorians took shelter all over town to avoid being injured by the falling duck parts. They demanded their money back, or immediate replacement ducks. But Duzman could provide neither. He had already spent all of his profits. He was broke. Patient Maylee's duck business, however, began to pick up again. Her embarrassed regular customers started to frequent her shop once more. She had a large supply of ducks ready for them, since she had never stopped doing what she had loved to do. A few weeks later, Maylee finally found an afternoon to get a little rest. She decided to go to the nearby meadow for a picnic. On the way, she discovered Duzman sitting under a tree by the side of the road. He looked very unhappy. "Well, you've won," he said weakly. My ducks of the future are now the garbage of the past, and I sit here defeated and starving. Maylee didn't say a word, but instead reached into her picnic basket and offered a cup of refreshing cold water to Desmond. At once, he became silent and slowly reached for the cup, which he eagerly drank. Maylee then reached back into the basket and offered the exhausted man an entire loaf of bread. Again, he hesitated, but then accepted the nourishment and began eating with the enthusiasm of the starving man that he was. "I was sorry to learn about the mishaps of your flying ducks," Maylee said. "You truly do have some wonderful ideas. Maybe we could work on them together one of these days." Again, Desmond said nothing, but slowly nodded his head. Maybe he and Maylee could actually do that. Who knows? Surprise your enemy with goodness. Don't let evil get the best of you. Get the best of evil by doing good.
Hi, Maxie. So, that was a really fun play about Maylee, wasn't it? A shadow puppet play. I know you don't know much about puppets, but the shadow puppets in Maylee were shot using an animation technique, so cartoon and all. But, you know, I think I have a couple of examples here of some shadow puppets. Do you want to see them? Oh, good, good. Okay, so first we have, up here, so we have a bat just in time for Halloween. We're doing this as a short workshop, and this works, has little joints on the sides that we put in with brads, little black brads that are invisible on this. You can barely see them there, but you see I pull the string on the back and the bat wings work like that. Isn't that fun? Kind of like a flying mouse, isn't it? Oh, I guess not. Different species, isn't it? It is, it is. So that's the bat shadow puppet. You see I have the stick on the back here, and we can show you the string and how that works. And it's just taped down. Very, very easy to do this. So we have some patterns for that. So, and the other one is kitty cat. You can see the kitty cat here like this. I think Dan was demonstrating that earlier. This kind of puppet, also two pieces, two sticks like this. So the joints work just like that. And there we go. So isn't that interesting? So Maylee was a very good story, and the lesson in the story was, don't let evil get the best of you. That's a pretty good lesson, isn't it? I thought you'd like that. You know, that's the book of Romans has that lesson in it. So that's part of the Bible lesson and all that. So do you have the coloring sheet ready? Let's see what they've got. Oh, look, looks like Dan has drawn Maylee and Desmond. Desmond means villain, and Maylee is our hero as a coloring sheet to follow up with our really fun little story about Maylee and the mechanical ducks, right? And she even has some of her mechanical ducks there. And what else do you have over there? Oh, the secret word this week. Let's see that. The secret word is hope. And this week we have an iridescent Hope at Home sticker saying, I watch Hope at Home. So if you email us at, what is it? Dan's email address? danpeeler@gmail.com. In the subject line, put secret word hope. We'll mail you a sticker just like that. So wouldn't that be fun? A very good thing. So what else do we have? Just like, you know, we've had quite a long time since we had any reports from next door from Stephanie and Zeb, the Stokes family, about the chickens. Do you want to see the chickens? They've gotten really big, you know, and they're already laying eggs too. We've actually had a couple of eggs from them. So are you ready? Well, let's go take a look.
Hi everybody, got a quick chick update. Came to check the coop and we have our first egg.
You're a girlie that I think is doing good things, huh?
See, I'm the good girl who's making all these great eggs. Yes. Yes, this is Mary Kate. Say hi, Mary Kate.
Hi, Mary Kate. Hi, Mary Kate.
Can you say thank you for the eggs?
Thank you for the egg. Where is the egg?
Right here.
Can I see it? Have it?
Gentle.
Can I crack it?
No, we're going to take it inside.
Well, we hope you had a good time today and enjoyed our story, and it's also a visit with the chickens from next door. They've really grown and they're doing a lot of things these days. It's good to see them again. So it's time for us now to take our little cat friend and put him back in storage, and for the Boonraku puppet to say, go in peace.